Good afternoon, everybody. It's Sunday, and what a miserable weather day this is. It is rainy and cold out there. So I'm thinking maybe you're just hanging out around the house and possibly would like to get an early start on this week's Forensics 2 activities. So I just wanted to kind of walk you through everything. And so I'll do that in a minute, but I wanted to talk with you about a topic that I hope you're aware of. But in case you're not, I thought it would be important to share. So our school has made the decision that we are going to not do pass fail, that we're going to actually have a numerical grade for fourth quarter with this remote learning. And Mrs. Otten and Mr. Gebhardt have both communicated this information to you, but I thought maybe for some reason you missed seeing it or maybe didn't fully understand it. So I just want to talk with you about that briefly. But what I'm referring to is the fact that if you kind of check out and are not completing activities, we teachers have been asked to give you an incomplete. And what that means is that then you will not get credit for the course, and all that work that maybe you're choosing not to do will have to be made up either in the summer or the fall. Now, I'm getting a little concerned because some of you did first week's activities and have done nothing for second week, or you're kind of hit and miss. You did a couple of activities and then seems like you're now missing in action. And I didn't know why that was happening. There are a couple of things that I was thinking was happening. Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed and what I'm giving you is too much. Although I am working through everything myself as if I was a student and then adding extra time, knowing that I still probably am working faster than you might because, I know the answers. But I am really, really trying to stay reasonable with regard to the number of activities and also reasonable with the amount of time that these activities are taking. And so I just didn't want to see you dig yourself in a hole, that you now have to work really, really hard to get out of. And, another reason maybe that you're not completing work, I talked to one student who said that they were working outside the home and that they just didn't really have a lot of free time because they've got lots of extra hours, which is fine. But again, if you need this course to graduate, um, and you're looking, to get credit, getting it incomplete is not going to help you with that. Another thing I thought about is maybe you're having to share your technology equipment, your computer, your phone, or whatever you're using with multiple family members, and that's making it difficult for you to get things done. But without you communicating with me, I really don't know what's happening. And I don't know, I just care about you, and I just wanted you to be able to get credit for the course. So talk to me, and if you need to go back and make up any work that you have not yet done, notice the folders are still there. This was our first week right here. Was our second week. And so all of those are still open. There's no grade penalty for doing makeup work. In other words, for not getting things in on time. But the further behind you get, the harder it is to get caught up. And it just makes me sad that not everybody is participating. So get in there, folks, and get things done. So let's talk about what we're doing this week. So we got a new folder. It's green. I'm going to click on it to open. Always at the top of the folder will be the instructions for the week. So you can open those up and read those. But then I started thinking maybe that was difficult for you to, keep going back and forth between the instruction page and your activity pages. So notice in activity folder number 1, I've repeated the directions for that activity. So you can open those up and read through those. Okay. Going back to activity folder 1, basically what you're doing this week is you're going to our PowerPoint and you're going to review slides 1 through 14, and then you're going to take a little toxicology quiz in Schoology. So that shouldn't take you, very long. I wanted to show you a trick. You probably already know how to do this because you all are smart people, but it is kind of handy. So let's say you're on the quiz and you get to an answer and you're not sure, or you get to a question, I should say, and you're not sure what the answer is, and you're thinking, I need to go back and look at that PowerPoint again. So if you open up the PowerPoint, I'll take it just a minute to load. But if you come down, you can download it and open it up down here at the bottom. And I already had it loaded, so it's double loading. But anyway, I always enable editing. I don't think you have to do that, but there's the PowerPoint, and you can either show it as a slideshow, or I kind of like to keep it small where I can just kind of go through the slides quickly. But what you now have is you've got this PowerPoint on your screen. And so what you can do is go back to the puzzle. Excuse me, not the puzzle, the Schoology quiz. And then on your keyboard, and you can't see my keyboard, but there's a key that says Alt, A-L-T, and then a key that says Tab, T-A-B, and they're over on the left-hand side of your keyboard. But if you hit alternate tab, you can see all the things that you have open on your screen. So you can open up, the PowerPoint, and then alternate tab, back to your quiz. Hang on a second. There we go. Now I got it set up right. Sorry about that. You can alternate tab back to the quiz, alternate tab back to the PowerPoint, and so on and so forth. And so that comes in really handy because it's real quick. You just have to hit 2 keys, and then you're back and forth between the 2 documents that you're trying to look at. So again, hope that works for you. It's something I use all the time, particularly when I was working on my master's degree and having to take my own tests for that. And I was alternate tabbing like crazy during the testing period. So we have this quiz set up so that I do believe you can take it 3 times. And we're looking for the best score. So I think it tells you that in the directions, that yes, you can take it 3 times. And so do that, or take it as many times as it takes to get to the maximum score. All right, so that's activity 1, PowerPoint review, and a little quiz to see how you're doing with that. All right, activity number 2 is we're going to go through additional PowerPoint slides, 15 through 17. Then you're going to go to this interactive crossword puzzle, which is so cool. There are instructions, but basically you're going to click on the link, open it up, hit focus mode, which will then allow you to type directly on the puzzle. So 2 down, the clue says raw rhubarb. Well, let's say I don't remember what that is. I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint. I'm going to scroll down through my PowerPoint until I see something about rhubarb. Oh, I was hitting on the wrong thing. There we go, raw rhubarb. It says oxalic acid. So let me go back to my puzzle. Maybe oxalic acid is the answer. Let's see if that fits. It does. So you're going to fill out the puzzle, screenshot the puzzle, and then upload it on the submissions page. So let me get out of this and go back to the submissions page, which was the initial page you were on. So your screen's going to look a little bit different than mine, but here's the submissions page, and you're going to screenshot your puzzle and upload it here. And so that's activity number 2. And then activity number 3 is an Edpuzzle. And I've got it so that Edpuzzle syncs automatically to Schoology, so there's no need to submit anything. The grade will just transfer right over. But you're going to go to the Edpuzzle, and you're going to start working through the Edpuzzle. Now, one little thing I want to say is last week we had an Edpuzzle, and some of you didn't do very well on your Edpuzzle score, which makes me wonder, were you just trying to get it done and didn't really care about the score? Well, you need to care about the score. You're being required this week to get an 80% or better, and I have the ability to come down and resubmit your score by clicking on these little 3 dots, and it then will set you back, and you can redo the Edpuzzle again. So if you do not get an 80% or better, and you're wanting to get a better score, which is what I really would like you to do, then you need to contact me, message me through Schoology and say, Mrs. Story, I need to do it again, resubmit my score. Or I'll just go through and I'll resubmit everybody that gets an 80% or less. So that's the only big requirement for this week as far as scores go. Although obviously I would like you to always get the best score that you possibly can. So back to our main materials page. Here are the 2 previous weeks' learning activities. Get in there if you've not done them, no grade penalty. Here's the new week's learning activities. There are directions in every folder, directions on the main page. It really shouldn't take you that long to get things done. And I just hope that, again, those of you that have kind of fallen off, that you get back engaged and get these things accomplished. And as always, if you have any questions, message me through Schoology. You can email me at story, STOREY _S at my.westclair.org. And just know that I really care about you and I worry when I see folks not completing work. So have a great week. I'll be doing a video update later, but I just thought maybe since it's such a gloomy, icky day today, maybe you'd like to get an early start on forensics too. So talk to you later. Have a good day. Goodbye.